According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, has very little chance of surviving. Before being shot in the chest at close range, the fan favorite was already terminally ill with cancer. Scott Clifton has not been reported to be departing the CBS serial opera. Are the writers intending to keep him in a coma for the foreseeable future? Below are spoilers for what will happen next on Bold and Beautiful, so keep reading. Is Scott Clifton leaving? There have been numerous reports that Scott Clifton was quitting the soap opera when it was announced earlier this summer that Liam Spencer was battling a tumor. Even though Liam has a tumor and has been shot, the network has yet to clarify that the actor is departing. The appearance of Scott Clifton remaining is encouraging, but how? According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Liam Spencer will live through the shooting and his tumor, but it will be a difficult road and a while before the character can return to action. A lot may go wrong given the seriousness of his pre-shooting condition and the need for life-saving surgery. Is Liam going to be coma? On the CBS soap opera, Liam Spencer is just barely surviving in the operating room, but he is in capable hands thanks to the leadership of Bridget Forrester, Ashley Jones, and Dr. John Finnegan, Tanner Novlin. According to B&B spoilers, Liam might not wake up after surgery and end up in a coma, or he might be disabled if he survives. After surgery, Liam can possibly experience amnesia and lose his memory of his friends and family. Do you believe Liam Spencer will make it through the most recent onslaught by Luna Nozawa? Could he go into a coma, and are the rumors accurate? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. And return often to celebrating the soaps for further Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, news, and updates. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful B&B hint that Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, who was shot by Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, will survive. The actor, Scott Clifton, spoke with Soap Opera Digest about the surprising plot of his alter persona. The shooting storyline startled Scott Clifton before Luna pulled the trigger on Liam. His life was already in jeopardy. He only has a few months to live due to a deadly brain tumor. Clifton claimed to have been taken aback upon seeing the writing. He didn't think Liam would be shot. He believed that because of his brain tumor, Liam would have health issues. Even I was surprised by that, Clifton says. However, it was a lot of fun and incredibly cool. Additionally, the show did a great job with the sceneries. The actor from Bold and the Beautiful revealed that they have altered the way they shoot sequences with firearms. He thought about how much he enjoys special effects makeup, particularly when it involves applying fake blood to himself. Liam had no other option. According to Clifton, Liam had to shoot Luna. He believed that Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes was in danger from Luna. Luna remained upright, aiming her firearm at Steffy. Not to mention that Luna just shot Liam, as Clifton notes. Liam was shot in the stomach and is probably in shock, but he is dying of a brain tumor. He immediately thinks, I have to save Steffy. His goal has always been to protect Steffy and the children. The brain tumor was one thing, but Liam realizes that he may die within minutes after being shot. He was aware that Steffy might become the next victim if he did nothing to protect her from Luna, Clifton says. He said, I am a dead man anyway, right before firing the shot, and The Bold and the Beautiful star adored that line. According to the actor, Liam wasn't concerned about the possibility of going to jail for murder or anything else that might happen to him at the time. He was just concerned with keeping Steffy safe from this madman. The brave and the lovely regarding Liam's future, Scott Clifton. He could be dead in minutes. Bill learns of the shooting and Liam's tumor. According to Clifton, viewers of soap operas are familiar with the plots and writing techniques of their favorite series. He enjoyed the element of surprise this plot offered. They changed the plot to the shooting instead of a depressing one in which everyone is bidding him farewell because of his brain tumor. The actor adds that the shooting will put Don Diamond's character, Bill Spencer, in the narrative as he struggles with the fact that his son is dying of a brain tumor in addition to being shot by Sheila Carter's, Kimberlyn Brown, granddaughter. It will provide Diamond with an emotional plot, which Clifton claims his TV dad excels at. It's the ideal method to introduce the plot and Bill's character. The fans have been waiting a long time for that, and it makes it impossible not to. Everyone has been asking, well, when will Bill learn about this? The actor says, I believe it's fair to say that Bill must be involved in the very next shot if Liam is to have any chance of surviving this. The Bold and the Beautiful, bless its heart, enjoys nothing more than serving and reheating leftovers, and judging on the events of the past few weeks, we're about to devour an enormous plate of them. The meal in question will be devoured if you enjoy it. If not, then good luck the next time. Naturally, the topic of discussion is the soap opera's reenactment of the Hope, Liam, Steffi love triangle, which Luna unintentionally created this time. Steffi said, "Liam saved us, Hope," a dozen times if she said so once, and she will undoubtedly say it a dozen more. He rescued us from Luna. Bring on the reawakened emotions, and before you know it, the three of them will be circling one another like it's 2010. How are they unable to? The next second chance that Steffi and Hope's marriages to Liam would typically receive, according to bold and beautiful patterns, was almost taken away by trigger-happy Luna. This time there are additional issues due to Liam's allegedly incurable brain tumor, Steffi's unshakable bond with Finn, and Hope's engagement to Carter. However, we are all aware that nothing compares to the chance to retell the same narrative for the 12th time on this show. Ask Taylor, Brooke, and Ridge. For years, Liam Spencer's life has been a whirlwind of emotional upheaval, but it now seems as though things could take a sinister and surprising turn. There are increasing rumors that Liam may be on the verge of a catastrophic disaster that puts him in a coma, both inside and outside of Forrester Creations. The bold and the beautiful universe will undergo a complete transformation if that occurs. Like many significant changes in Liam's life, it begins quietly. Another climax has been achieved in the growing tension between him and Hope regarding Thomas Forrester. A string of miscommunications, missed calls, and abrasive encounters exacerbate Liam's fears regarding Hope's growing bond with Thomas. Liam struggles with feelings of betrayal, dread, and contempt while attempting to maintain his composure. These feelings start to impair his judgment, particularly when Hope starts to openly defend Thomas and declare that he has changed. For Liam, this is about safety, heritage, and the sense that he has been supplanted in his own family, and it goes beyond simple jealousy. Meanwhile, Hope is worn out. She struggles to balance her intense sympathy, and perhaps more, for Thomas with her commitment to her husband. Although she is tired of constantly explaining herself whenever she chooses to engage with Thomas on a professional or even personal level, she doesn't want to upset Liam. The two have become closer as a result of co-parenting Douglas, and although Hope has insisted that her affections are pure, her body language and faint grins have revealed otherwise. Liam witnesses everything. Every glance and soft handshake between Thomas and Hope erodes the brittle trust he is holding on to. Unable to handle it, Liam starts to spiral silently. He withdraws from his loved ones, withdrawing inward and ruminating by himself. Steffi is the first to notice. She has a special understanding of his emotional tendencies because of their common past. When she reaches out to check on him, Liam dodges her question. He doesn't want sympathy, particularly not from Steffi, who appears to have moved on with Finn entirely. However, Liam has a fleeting realization that he's not okay because of the worry in her eyes. And he's afraid of that. Liam makes a choice that he might come to regret, or not, as the strain increases. Liam storms out of the cabin one night, his hands shaking and his head muddled after an emotional altercation with Hope that involves hard truths and accusations. The roads are treacherous, it's dark, and it's raining. He dismisses Wyatt's calls and disregards Steffi's texts. He gets in his car and drives too fast and aimlessly while trying to block out the sound of Hope's words, which are still ringing in his mind. Maybe you don't know me anymore, Liam. Perhaps you didn't. A deer darts across the road abruptly. Liam's tires squeal, he swerves, and the screen of his life rushes before his eyes. Beth laughing, Steffi's face on the beach, Hope smiling, and his father Bill telling him to be a strong man. Then there was quiet. The scene that follows takes place in a hospital. Liam's automobile was discovered nearly unrecognizable, smashed against a tree. He had several fractures and a serious head injury when paramedics discovered him unresponsive. Despite the physician's best efforts, the outlook is dire as he is taken into emergency surgery. When Hope answers the call, she is trembling and pallid. Tears are streaming down her cheeks as she sits by Liam's bedside and holds his hand. He is kept alive by the constant buzz of machines. There is no movement or flicker of recognition. The word gets around fast. When Steffi and Finn arrive, she is devastated to realize how helpless Liam is. Wyatt is in disbelief that his brother, who is so vivacious and unyieldingly resilient, could be so frail. Even the tough and stern Bill can be seen holding back tears as he accuses himself of pushing Liam too hard and failing to step in when things began to get out of control. The characters then engage in a whirl of emotional reckoning. Guilt consumes Hope. She repeatedly plays back their most recent exchange. Was she too much for him? Did she leave him emotionally when he most needed her? In the hopes that her voice will call him back, she begins to spend each day at the hospital whispering to him. Thomas, meantime, observes from the shadows, struggling with a range of complicated feelings. He didn't want Liam hurt on the one hand. However, he can't shake the feeling that this tragedy might unlock a door he's always desired. The small dormant hope that Hope would at last fully turn to him is at odds with his remorse. Steffi is also drawn back into Liam's emotional circle. The tenderness, the memory of what they had, the old emotions return. She wonders about her future, her love for Finn, and whether fate is trying to tell her anything by bringing Liam back into her life in such a terrible way. Doctors start preparing the family for the long term as the days go by with Liam's condition remaining unchanged. It's impossible to predict how long he might stay in a coma or whether he will ever come out of it. Hope is devastated by the prospect of irreversible brain injury. Since Hope and Steffi have somewhat different ideas about what Liam would want if he could communicate, Ridge and Brooke step in to try to resolve the brewing conflict between them. When decisions over medical directives and visitation rights become emotionally fraught, tensions increase. Bill gets fixated on pursuing justice. Liam is determined to find out if there was even the slightest suspicion of foul play. Possibly someone tampered with his car. He even approaches Thomas and accuses and threatens him in a covert manner. Angry and offended, Thomas tries to claim he is innocent, but even he starts to question if there was anyone else involved. Was that Sheila, hiding in the shadows once more? Or is there a more sinister power at play, someone who has resentment for the Spencers? Hope has a very difficult emotional path. She spends long hours by Liam's side, reading him their favorite poems, playing back voice messages from Beth, and clutching his hand as if her touch might bring him back. She oscillates between hope and despair. She starts having strange dreams about him in which Liam tries to communicate with her and reach her from the other side. Her only solace comes from these dreams, and she soon begins to suspect that they might be more than that. Because she can't accept truth, Brooke fears her kid is falling into fantasy. However, there is a flicker just when everything appears to be lost. Emotion. The hand twitched. A shift in brain activity is detected by the equipment. For the first time in weeks, there is a glimmer of optimism as optimism breathes and cries for the nurse. With caution but encouragement, the physicians dash in. It's something but hardly a miracle. The family swiftly learns of the news. Steffi heads straight for the hospital. At Liam's side, Bill and Wyatt remind him of his identity and exhort him to fight. Even Thomas arrives, standing quietly at the doorway, and observing the man who he previously viewed as a competition now standing on the precipice of death. Liam becomes more responsive as the week progresses. His gaze wavers. He takes Hope's hand in his. But he's still in danger. It will be a long and difficult recovery, if he awakens at all. And who will he be if he does? A person can undergo significant changes as a result of head trauma. Will Liam recall everything? Will he change his personality? Will he be pulled back to Steffi or to no one at all? Or will he still love Hope the way he did before? Despite being devastating, the event can also be a catalyst for Liam's turbulent romantic life to start over. Thomas, Steffi, and Hope are all made to face their actual emotions. In reality, who belongs with whom? When one faces the prospect of losing someone permanently, what does loyalty mean? There are more questions than answers. What if Liam awakens and has no recollection of Hope? Or if he thinks Steffi is still his wife? May the character's emotional development be undone by this incident, or may it ultimately lead them to healing, honesty, and a more sincere form of love. One thing is certain, regardless of what the future brings, Liam Spencer's coma has turned into a catalyst. For redemption, for rivalry, for love. In the upcoming weeks and months, the consequences will influence each relationship on The Bold and the Beautiful.